My name is Fadia Nader. I'm the Director of Rehab here at O'Neill Healthcare Fairview Park. I've been with the company for almost 15 years. Today I would like to talk to you about the importance of engaging in physical activity within your tolerance. We all have different abilities, so I'd like to share with you some ideas on how you can use your daily household items and stay fit and keep moving within your daily routine and staying active within your home, especially if you're experiencing any new stresses due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I would also like to explain why it is so important for us to move on a regular basis. Now, I know with COVID-19 we haven't been able to do our usual routines and get out as much as we can and as much as we used to. And that's why I'm sharing some tips and ideas on how you can stay active within your home environment. So if you're thinking, well, I can't exercise, my shoulder hurts, or my knees give out, or perhaps you get short of breath. Well, if you have specific conditions that are keeping you from a traditional exercise routine, please talk to your doctor or nurse practitioner. But if these are general aches and pains, don't be afraid to move within your tolerance. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today. It's not high impact or a typical exercise routine, but rather just a physical movement within your daily routine. So I'd like to give you some ideas of things that you can do around the house, to remain active. You don't have to do all of them every single day, but maybe you can pick a few to stay active on a daily basis, on a regular basis. And then these may become good habits even after the pandemic restrictions have been lifted. So the first thing that I think about is, on a regular basis, just every hour, maybe at the beginning of the hour, get up and walk around the house. Do a loop around the house. If you are getting a cup of coffee or getting a drink of water, talking on the phone, just walk around the house, your home environment, and it can get you moving and being active. So make a point of getting up at least once an hour, maybe at the top of the hour, and do that if you can. You can make it a habit every time you do a certain activity. Go to the restroom if you're talking on the phone, just like I had mentioned. Okay, and just do an extra lap. Now, if you're not ambulatory or you have some safety risks, to you walking around without help, then I have some arm and leg movements that you can do while you're seated. So I'm going to show you some simple exercises or movements that you can do while you're sitting in a chair. So even if you've walked around, you could be sitting on your sofa or in a chair within your own home. So as you can see here in our therapy department at O'Neill Fairview, we have the gym that we just walked from. So we have a grocery store, a full-size car that we work on card transfers with, and now we're in the living room. We have a bedroom attached, and we're going to go to the kitchen next. So you'll be able to see a little bit of what we have to offer here. So seated exercises while you're sitting. You could be doing this while you're watching TV. You can point your toes up to the ceiling and then bring them back down. So when you go up, you want to hold them for 3 seconds and then bring them back down. Now, some of the things that we're going to do today, I said you could do 8 to 10 times. Do whatever you tolerate, okay? So this will get your blood circulating, go up and down as much as you can with your toes, okay? Next one that you could do, again, while you're watching TV, even if you're holding the remote control when you're watching your favorite show, you can march in place. So you can go as high up or as low as you can tolerate. Again, just to keep movement. You could do one leg at a time, or you can alternate, okay? Just 10 times. I'm a little short, so I'm right to the edge. But you can be sitting, lounged back, and just moving your legs up and down, okay? 10 times. You don't want to do these too fast because you don't want to get tired. That's what makes you fatigue, and then it makes this ineffective. You want each one to count, okay? So just up and down 10 times. So you should feel it, but it shouldn't hurt. Next, if you can, you want to straighten your leg out and bring it back down. Okay, so those are some of the leg exercises or movements that you can do just while you're sitting down on your sofa or in your chair. Again, 10 times. You can alternate them, okay, or you can do just one at a time, 8 to 10, whatever you can do, and then make sure that you're taking deep breaths in between. Alrighty. Now we're going to change gears and just work on our arms a little bit. So when you're sitting down, you can make big circles. going forward. If you can't go quite that high, they can be small. It's fine. Just, again, just movement, the importance of movement. That's what we're talking about today. So we're just not sitting around. And you want to make sure that you're breathing normally when you're doing these exercises. It's very important to not hold your breath when doing any of these. You want to expand your lung capacity and have a healthy oxygen exchange. So often I will tell my patients to count out loud, because if you're counting 1, 2, 3, you're actually forcing yourself to breathe and not holding your breath. But if you are somebody that's going to get short of breath when you're counting, then you can whisper the count. It'll also help you stay on track, but make sure that you're also able to be aware of your breathing. Okay? Something else that you can do is in your kitchen, so we're going to go ahead and move into our kitchen. Something else that you can do right from your own kitchen is some arm exercising using a soup can. I'm sure some of you have heard about that. A typical soup can weighs about 1 pound, so we're going to go ahead and grab a can of soup from our therapy kitchen here at O'Neill Fairview. So this typical can is 1 pound. You can use a larger one if you need more weight. You can use a smaller one if this is too much. So some of the exercises that you can do with a soup can, you can do sitting or standing. I'm going to stay standing, but you could definitely have a seat. So you can do some shoulder exercises with it, just up and down. If you have 2 cans, you could do them at the same time if you'd like, or alternate. Again, 8 to 10 times works great. Okay, another 10 on the other side. We're strengthening our larger shoulder muscles. And this also, of course, is working our endurance. So, staying active is very important for all of those. Okay, so 10 times. Within your tolerance, of course, and as high as you can go. The next one that you're going to do is from the side. You're going to go up and come down. Okay. You can do those for 10 times. We'll do 3, 4. We'll go ahead and do 10 together. 5, 6, 7, 8, and again, if you can't go quite that high and you can only go to here, that's totally acceptable. It's totally fine. Okay, and then you're just going to switch hands and you're going to do the other side. Again, you're going to do 10 times. Okay, so another one that you can do with the soup can, and I'll just cut this short, you know that you're going to do about 8 to 10, whatever you tolerate, is you can punch it out and then bring it back at shoulder level. So you want to keep it here at the shoulder level. Okay, again, 10 times. And you can switch sides, and you can do 10 times on the left. Now, if you can only do one side, no problem. Just do the one side. Again, just keep moving, whatever you can do. And remember, you're not going to do all of these sitting down like an exercise routine necessarily. Just, I'm hoping that you'll remember a couple of them to do just to remain active. Okay, the last one with the soup can we're going to do is some bicep curls. Those tend to be easier for people, so they lose track of how many. If you want to do 20 or 2 sets of 10, totally acceptable. That sounds great. Okay, just to keep moving, work on your endurance, stay active. And again, you can do these sitting or you can do these standing. All right. So that's it with the soup can. Now the other thing that I was thinking of that you can do is at your kitchen sink. So we're going to move over to our kitchen sink. So if you're at your kitchen sink, let's say you're doing some dishes, you're waiting for something to cook, make sure that you're holding on to the sink so you can make sure that you're not losing your balance. And some of the things that you can do some heel raises. Okay, so again, you're just increasing your blood flow, you're strengthening your muscles, you're working on your balance. Please make sure that you're holding on to the sink so that you're not losing your balance. And if you feel like you need to rest or you feel like you're not quite stable enough, you want a chair behind you, put a chair behind you. That way, you can feel more secure. So the other one that you could do at the kitchen sink is you can do some squats. Okay, again, you can go just a little bit, which is totally fine. Or you can go all the way down as if you're going to sit and then back up, and you can do 10 of those. And certainly if you have a chair behind you, then you can really gauge to how far you can go down. So you can do those for 10 times, making sure that you're holding onto the sink so that you're not losing your balance. Another one that we tell our patients to do, you can do some marches. So you did this while you were sitting, but if you have a better balance and you want to do some while you're standing at the sink, you can certainly do those as well. So 10 times, you can't do those at the same time. So one leg, and after you do that, then you move on to the next leg. 10 times. And it's very important to take breaks, to take deep breaths in between. So I would recommend a chair, if not right behind you, close by. And then the last one that you're going to do at the sink is just kicking your leg back. Okay, so then just kind of working opposite muscles. You can do that 8 or 10 times, and then switch legs, and then do the other one. All right, and again, it's very important to take breaks. Any of these are going to help you keep moving and staying active, so you want to make sure that you pick whatever works for you and do any or all of them. Another one of my favorite ways to stay active, and I do this all the time when I'm cooking, I'm in the kitchen, is just turn on some music and just dance. You can dance to any music that excites you, that interests you while you're doing laundry or dishes, or just, I'm not asking for high impact aerobic dancing. Just turn some music on and just move to the beat. That always can keep you active. So I've always advised my patients that they should set a specific time to do any of these exercises that we give them to take home. That way you can feel accountable to what you're doing and make sure that that turns into an actual routine. So that way, I believe that when you schedule yourself in your day, you're more likely to participate and to stay active and make it a habit. So we all have different schedules. Just pick a time that works for you. Try to stick to it. And if you're increasing your physical activity by doing any of these exercises or movements that I gave you today, again, please make sure you check with your physician or your nurse practitioner or your physician's assistant. You want to make sure you stay hydrated when you increase your activity. Again, within your restrictions, so make sure that you're looking into that if you've got fluid restrictions or any specific restrictions that may not allow you to do all of the things that we're doing. So staying active has so many positive rewards, so I thank you for spending your 15 minutes with me, and I hope that these tips that I shared with you today will help you stay active within your own home environment. Thank you, and be safe.